All right, so hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Your Video Team show. Yes, that's what we're calling it at the moment. Still could change.
Highly likely. Well, I say highly likely, but feel free to throw in suggestions as what it should be called.
Yeah, but I think for now, we're Your Video Team.
And this is our show.
And this is the show. Yeah, it's been posted. Episode 1 got posted. It's been listened to. It's been watched.
Happy?
I'm for something that we've put out relatively raw and kind of
Go on.
and something that we haven't tried doing before. I'm not disappointed.
Just taking the step again. We started.
That's it. We've been putting it off for.
Hi, Scrappy.
We've been putting it off for so long, and got to the point where we're just not doing it because we want it to look perfect, to be perfect, to sound perfect, to have the structure that podcasts seem to have. Mm-hmm. But I think just sitting here having a conversation, that's 90% of a podcast. Everything else can come along as we're learning it and doing it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's going back to showing people our personality and our processing and showing that sometimes the imperfections, they're normal, they're okay to have. Like
probably what sell as well.
With all these businesses have big, huge masks on of going, look how perfect we are and things like that. And that's great if you can afford to have that. But sometimes when you're growing, you're led into that false sense of security that you need to look like that straight away.
Yeah.
And actually, it's you can be a duck on water, isn't it? Like when your legs are going a million miles an hour.
Yeah, like a swan through water.
Yeah, and you're kind of like poodling along, but that poodle, oh my God, my legs are knackered.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
I think the biggest thing that I found out, was the fact that we actually didn't know once we filmed it, what was the next step? How do we get it so people can see it? So we've now got it available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, which I don't know if anyone's ever heard of, but that's...
I hadn't until you done this.
I've tried getting it onto Google Podcasts. Doesn't seem to be there at the moment. It could, but and we've also recording it on video, so we've put it on YouTube as well. There'll also be
which when you sorry, I'm just going to make sure the dog doesn't fall off his chair. Which I watched again, and no, not on the table. I watched again, and it made me laugh because when I listened to the first part and was checking all the links and stuff, you started the first episode and you go, so what are we going to talk about? And then it goes, which sounds like the sound effect you have when you've done this visual thing on our logo, and it goes. Actually, when you watch the video, that's you going, so what are we going to talk about? And me going and sighing. And I was like, what a cool little sound effect.
Pretty much how most of our conversations go.
It's quite a fitting sound effect.
It's not a sound effect, it's the noise you made.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that was an issue with the microphones. We've
hopefully
kind of changed it up for this episode. We've used lapel mics, not trying to handhold it. Hopefully it sounds better this time. Hopefully the volumes match a lot better, but just bear with us. We're learning it and trying to get it all figured out. Maybe we'll talk to a sound expert one day to see what we can do to improve it. But right now we're still just plodding along. It went live today. It's got nearly 40 views on YouTube. Don't have any other analytics at the moment for anything else.
You've given away a secret. See, I wasn't going to tell anyone. I wasn't going to indicate when we were filming episode 2.
So I'm going to blank it out. What? No, oh, no, don't worry about it. We filmed it on the same day that episode 1 was released.
So actually we don't know if it's a success at all.
Yeah. But
Can you get off the dog?
we've had a lot of positive feedback. We've had a lot of friends saying it's a great start.
Yeah.
Which is what
That's
all
all
we
we
wanted,
wanted.
is just to start it, and we'll develop it from now. Like I said, your video team show is what I've got. I think I'm going to keep it like that, but you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, TuneIn, all under your video team show.
Like and subscribe.
And I was about to say, which
Shut up.
before I was rudely interrupted. No. What I was going to say was it's also going to have a dedicated page on our website as well.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, where you can get both the audio only and the video to watch.
Cool.
But it's pretty much just YouTube hosted onto our website. So yeah, if you watched the first episode, enjoyed it, maybe you'll enjoy this one. Please do feel free to subscribe or put us in your downloads. I don't know what the rules are when it comes to podcasts. And if you have any questions, we will mainly talk about video content, running a business, probably being a family in business. So if you have any questions at all, please do.
Yeah, we're fairly
leave a comment.
Open. Like
Yeah,
we always say honesty's our best policy. Honesty, and like we are.
yeah, we've given
just very
up
raw
wasting time with trying to keep things back and for ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and secrets and stuff like that. We're relatively open books. It's kind of how we just get on with life and find it a bit easier that way, I think. So,
Well, it just takes away all the charades. It's all the oh no, I don't know the word, and I feel like you do, and you're being horrible, and
no,
you don't.
I don't know.
Facade.
Oh yeah,
The
that word.
facade. It's all the keeping up with all the facade. Like we could edit this right down to making me sound like I knew that word. But what's the point? Like I stumble over my words, and people do that.
And you'll find out that I'll make her just sound like she knew the word straight away. I'm going to edit it now. But yeah, it is. Look,
And
we
we
run a business. Running a business is pretty much putting out fires 98% of the time, struggling with things 98% of the time, and 2% hoping that something good will happen.
And enjoying it 99% of the time.
And enjoying it when we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
But I think by not having that facade of us having to try and be perfect and that we are perfect actually takes the pressure off and then allows us to enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah. I mean...
That's how I could be talking for myself. You might be like, no, but...
I'm the one who edits, so we'll find out. But it is just... I mean, let's talk about why we started this podcast. Why have we started the podcast?
I knew you was going to ask me that. Have we decided why we started it?
For me, the main reason why I'd say 98%, no, probably 70% the reason why we've done this podcast, in my opinion, and why I wanted to do it, is it gives us an opportunity to sit down and talk, kind of air our grievances, or talk about our plans, or talk about...
This is a counselling session.
In a way, yeah.
Welcome to your marriage counselling.
But in a way, yes, it just gives us an opportunity that people kind of see what we're like as well, find out a bit more about our personalities, and maybe even, and also it gives us more content to put out. It doesn't have to be just this long episode. We can use clips from it. Hopefully we say some stuff that does make sense and does work and is useful for people. And we can post that out on regular feeds, probably out on TikTok, out on Instagram Reels, out onto YouTube, onto LinkedIn. I don't know why I keep pointing to the screen, but out onto LinkedIn. And just have more of a presence online where people physically see us. We post...
Oh, there was a comment made today that's relating to all of this.
Oh.
I'm just going to find one of my notebooks.
And there's footsteps coming down them stairs again.
No, there is not. There is footsteps down this. Mummy. Mummy's not here.
This bit will get edited out. fill in this gap with your imagination of what you think we're going to do to our children.
Yeah, this probably just now has one of those pictures like the clown and the girl
on TV.
Yeah, the TV like this. Was it the 70s?
And we're back.
No, I'm not.
Oh, we're not back. But yeah,
Right, I'm not back.
I am back. Rachel's still eating biscuits.
And the dog now wants to come up. Come on, Scrap. Boop, boop.
Probably wants to eat biscuits.
Was that? I heard you munching.
So what we're saying, saying something along the lines of we are looking to use it for regular content and stuff like that.
Oh,
weren't we?
yeah, and have words of wisdom and things like that.
Yeah, and you said there was a post about that, and then.
Oh, no. When you were doing the networking with Simply Business Club, boom, name drop.
Yeah.
We were talking about this of just getting started and just getting out there and doing it. And Lawrence Miller, who's one of the members, and that was them. How weird. I'm going to just mute my watch and you need to... And we were talking about that, and Lawrence kind of chipped in and said that he, I can't think if he said if it was a saying or something, where learning to swim. You can read a book and learn to swim.
Yeah, learn all technique, practice at home.
Yeah, or you can start in the shallow end. And so you can read a book, you can learn all the techniques, you can pass every exam, you can understand every technique, you can do it all, and then we're going to throw you in the deep end and see how you survive. Or you can start in the shallow end and build your technique and build your understanding and physically learn, and then you can progress into the deep end.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of perfect for the way we do.
Yeah.
It's not saying the other technique is wrong, because there will be some people who go, process that information, jump in the deep end and go left, right, arm over, get it. I don't personally. We are learn by doing, and actually, I was talking about this with somebody else, and I said I learn through teaching, which sounds really odd because you kind of have to know what you're talking about to teach it. Mm-hmm. But what I find is that you can give me a piece of information, and if I can figure out a way that I'm going to be teaching that to somebody else, I retain that information.
Yeah, so you learning it through, not through repetition, but through
doing
enforcing
or informing it.
Enforcing it onto yourself and not inbreeding.
So when I, going way back, when I did beauty therapy at school, it was my A level, but the class I was in, it was their GCSEs. And I ended up being like, sounds like I was a teacher's pet, which I wasn't, far from it, to be fair. But she would teach us all. And obviously I had that advantage, I was a bit older, so I could pick up the information quicker, and then I'd be teaching the girls in my team, Yeah,
you've done it for a couple of years ahead of them, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of perfecting your technique, so you were showing them people who are starting the technique and...
No, we were learning we were taking the MBQ at the same time.
All right.
But I just processed the information quicker, but then to retain that for myself, I taught it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just taught it to me and I was like, yep, and then
Yeah.
I don't get me. Shut up. You can't drink now, I'm drinking, that's not fair.
Okay, I won't drink. So, I mean, there's many different ways that people learn stuff. And you like you say, you get people who can read a book and then put it into practice from what they've read. That's great. You decide to learn however you're taught.
Teach how I've learned.
No. You decide to learn how you are taught, and then you engrave that into your memory by passing it on.
Right, yeah.
where I would sit there, watch somebody do something, and then go, I can do that, and then do it.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how. And I mean, there's many different ways of training people, and something we talk about quite a lot when it comes to video content is how training can help with that, and how to break it down into certain ways. But yeah, the key to this podcast is that sink or swim, we're going to give it a go, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll be floating.
Paddling above water.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
We're going to improve, we're going to get better. Stick with us, maybe subscribe. Please feel free to ask us questions, leave comments. If you feel like you have something that you could add to the show and want to possibly feature on this screen, or probably on a Zoom call, I could get on that screen.
I didn't say you couldn't, I just thought this is a new development. I didn't know we were...
Well, if people feel like they got something to share, especially if it comes around the theme of running a business, especially a business in the creative field, video content or anything that seems valuable. Maybe you're a family person who runs a business. Yeah,
but then I'd say any business is like, we'd chat to anybody.
Yeah.
But ultimately it's about that element of running a business and things like that. But there's techniques and stuff that anyone can give, like lessons learned and things like that. I mean, you had some questions, and obviously they were from different industries.
Yeah.
So actually, by sitting and talking to different industries, that's a really weird noise. Talking to different industries, we can obviously talk our bit, but it is about what we give each other all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ideas are brought up by the many, not the few. So, well, the best ideas are brought up by the many, not the few. So it is a case that we hope this is going to incorporate our values, where we give back to a lot of people, and they can see the benefit from us doing this, and we can get the benefit that they share us and are wanting to be here with us and talk about what they do as well. So yeah, lots of plans for this podcast, which are developing day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. But you were saying
by live second.
Yeah.
No, I was just looking at a couple of comments, sort of. Obviously, we're very. I'm very jokey in how I message back. So I will write things, and I'm like, if someone outside of me doesn't understand me, so someone put like, love it, and I was like, thank you, let me know what you think once you've actually listened. And they was like, no, it's good, you both sound very calm and at ease, which is a nice thing to hear, because obviously I do feel calm and I do feel at ease talking, but we are talking gibberish. I feel we talk maybe a bit of gibberish, but
maybe we go off on tangents a little bit, like you're talking about beauty therapy for a video.
There was a genuine reaction. Stop it.
But yeah, that was
You
nice.
had all the messages on your...
I do have a few messages. Yes, we got questions. One that I've picked is from Ian Wade from the SBC group. Also from WBS Printers and Copiers.
No, damn it. There's a rumour about him.
Print, copy, scan.
He's your man.
He says...
Takes 27.
Yeah, this is a raw podcast, but it took us a load of goes to say that.
Oh, no.
And we still fluffed it up and just put it out there now. He said, with regards to content, video content, does it always have to be at work? Would you suggest some personal videos that show more of you as a person? We did talk about this a little bit on episode 1.
Yeah, very... we touched on it. I would say absolutely, it's your personality, it's you. Obviously, if you can tie things from life and work together, then great. But no, it depends how much of your private life you also want to share.
Yeah, you don't have to share everything.
No.
You don't have to tell people how many children you've got if you don't want to. But for us, our business is very much evolved around our family.
Yeah.
You probably will see our boys or hear from our boys on here. You've seen on my channel that they can take over sometimes, and I'd like to feature them on there. Not on my channel, on my LinkedIn, sorry.
Yeah.
So I think having that personal side to your content is key to standing out.
I was trying to think if was it on here? I was talking about the twitching.
Yes, yeah, you spoke about twitching. A guy from Vuba, I think the company was.
It was a marketing company, yeah.
Yeah, marketing company, and he was saying to you, like, should I talk about twitching? I was like, yes you should.
And so feature that family thing. And also we disappeared off the face of the earth for 2 weeks in March. We were very fortunate that we went to a wedding in Mexico. Yep. We had to go. I was a bridesmaid, so we didn't really have a whole lot of choice. But we went and we disappeared. And actually that was a negative for us because it's taken us a lot to build our content back up in the world of LinkedIn and Instagram and things like that. So actually, if you're disappearing, put out there and say, I'm really sorry I'm in Spain or I'm in Mexico sunning it up, or I'm really sorry that I'm laid up in bed with a broken ankle. However, my team are out there. So-and-so's out doing this, or, don't worry, we've got, the dog's on the case and is, take a fun photo with a dog with, I suppose Ian could do it with like some paper in its mouth, or I don't know.
Well,
like a ribbon of
I know
thing.
Ian enjoys doing Lego with his son.
Oh, yeah.
And he's made a nice Lego area, I'm assuming in his house. But talking to him, he's going to start bringing things like his Lego sets that he's made and artwork that he has. Can't remember if he's done the artwork or if he's got artwork that's being done by other people. But start bringing that into his office as well. So there's a bit more personality in his place of work as well, which is also a great thing to feature in your content, like to say why certain things are there, why you have, for me, the DeLorean Lego set is because it's my favourite.
It's not out today.
Yeah,
I know where it is.
Going to have it out.
It's on the computer, isn't it?
But why we have that is because it's my favourite film. So why would I not? And yeah, showing things that you do with your family. No, they don't need to take over the whole feed, but just having that personable side to it where people can go, I like that person, they like what I like. That's a very good way to start a conversation.
We're in a world now where our lives are always easily accessible to the world. And so pick what you want to put out there, make it, utilise it to your advantage. I mean, you also spend so much time at work, and we all do this. There is not one person I would say I've ever met that doesn't do this for themselves or their family in some way. We all, if we didn't have to work, who would work? We'd all have hobbies. We're fortunate that your hobby has become your career.
Yeah.
And that's great. But if none of us had to work and earn money to survive and live and all of that, you'd probably still be a photographer or a videographer.
Yeah, now that I've found that path, I definitely think it would be. So
we do this for our families. So remind yourself of that, include that in, and remind the world that I am here for them.
When I used to do more photography events and sell prints and stuff like that, I always used to have a picture of my children on the screen and kind of blackmail people a little bit.
Was that the ones where they're all rags and their clothes are holes?
And they're like, oh, those kids are cute. I was like, yeah, if you don't buy this photo, you're stopping them from eating. So if you wouldn't mind spending £10 and buying a print. But it helped cause it wasn't blackmailing them, but it caused more of a relationship between them and me. They felt more comfortable about what I was doing and how I was doing it. And that's what bringing your personality does into it. So, yeah, definitely bring some more of your personality, some more of your personal life into it if you're willing to. Definitely.
Yeah. And if it's not about bringing the family in, but bring the personality, bring the ethos of the business, bring that out.
Yeah, that's built around your personality, really. Like your beliefs are going to be in your business beliefs.
And we're not just talking about, this all seems very like small business related, but again, even large corporations can do this. There might be more of a plan to it about how you do it, because understandably a 250 strong workforce all giving their own different bits of personality is going to be hard, and we're going to get different ethics and different everything of the business coming across, and it can be quite it can dilute things and the message that you're trying to send. But there are ways that you can incorporate every one of your team members to having a personality and still selling the business.
Yeah,
and ultimately,
it's making them their own personal brand. So, and that is key to any business. Let people be free to do what they want to do. So, the next question is: does lighting matter? Which is from James Bullman.
Sure.
I closed the window.
My confused. I don't know if it's died. It's just gone to sleep.
Yeah, from James. Yeah, James Bullman asked, does lighting matter? What do you think?
Well, sitting in a room that's got a giant, it's not called an umbrella, is it a softbox?
That's a softbox, yeah.
Softbox. Yeah, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 octagonal softbox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd go with yes. Yes, lighting matters. However, we are very fortunate.
Are we?
Well, to be fair, you're not very fortunate, because if you had your way, I feel like this room would be a lot more. There'd be another 2, if not 3. So
we would each have what's known as 3-point lighting.
No way.
So that would be 6.
There is not a chance that you would need.
No, I could probably do it with 5.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah, but
theoretically, like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, just through reflections.
For reflections alone.
Reflections alone.
You've got 4-point lighting,
yeah.
So you can set with it. I can turn the big lights on as well if you already want.
Do you want me to give my answer?
I know your answer.
I'm not going that much. Okay, I won't. Lighting is key, but you can use natural light. The camera only sees when there is light. It can't produce an image if there isn't. So
makes sense.
Very much important. But you can use natural light. However, you want to try and make that light soft. So if you're outside, try not to stand in direct sunlight. Maybe go in the shade, and then shoot with the sun behind you from that. But don't stand in direct sunlight and with the sun behind you, because it will be you as a silhouette. Right. But if you stood in the shade and the scene was lit by the sun, that looks great. If you're indoors and trying to use a natural light, instead of having the window wide open and letting the light all in, maybe put a net up, and that will soften up the light. Curtain nets.
Yeah.
Use something like that.
Know what a net is.
Use something like that to soften the light. But if you can...
We've got nets in our house. I know what a net is.
Yeah, but people might thought I meant like a fishing net, and I don't want to confuse anyone. Oh, they call it anything else.
I can just imagine all these people going out now and us looking at their videos, and there's just a random fishing net in the background.
Put a fishing net in front of the window. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, woo. Random.
It might cause some nice shadows though. Yeah, and if you can control light, learn a thing called 3-point lighting, where you use 3 lights to light your scene or subject, 1 to nice bright light, 1 to fill in the shadows, and 1 behind you to give you a nice shape.
You're going a bit nerdy. You're going well, no, not a bit. You're going very nerdy.
Yeah, so I'll maybe we'll do a video about lighting if anyone wants one.
Yeah.
So they can learn a bit more about taking control of the lights, especially with studio lighting. But
I think will be, yeah, you're right. You can create that sort of video, but if I took you away and you or something, I had to go and film something on my own. It would be great to know how, or I suppose there's people here that we're trying to say to you, start filming your content, start doing it. Like, pick up your phone. That works. It's a camera. It's a video. Like, do it. Is understanding, like you were just saying, is go and stand next to a window and do that. Like, that'd be
a place to start, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's a, like you say, it's a whole other project.
Yeah.
I'll add that to the list of projects we're going to do.
I think what people don't realise is that you can get lights which you can change the colours of and then start bringing in your branded colours.
Do you want me to? Do you want one?
You can get one.
I don't know how relevant it is when someone's listening on Spotify, but...
Yeah, but, well...
But you want to show one, don't you? Cause
well, no, yeah.
You wouldn't have mentioned it otherwise, would you?
you can use them to light the subject with your colours as well, which is...
Is this why these were out? Did you, like, plan this? As if by magic?
If I realised that they were out, I would have had them on.
Oh, yeah. It's just randomly in a box there, all three of them. Okay.
Has that one got no battery?
I haven't turned it on yet. RGB light. Why does it always come up green first? I got excited then.
That's the colour I turned it off on.
Oh, I thought when you was playing with it the other day, you had it on.
Yeah, no, but something like this can bring in your...
bright.
Something like this can bring in your colours. You won't see the colour directly on there, but you can see on the table that it's doing different colours. So it's really green.
Why can't you see the colour in there? I don't understand.
Just because of the limitations of the camera, dynamic range isn't.
That's
the brightest point.
Is this your ploy of going? I need a better camera.
No. You asked the question and
don't give me that rubbish. I can see it changing on the table, absolutely fine. That's right, you keep shining the table.
But you think if you lit something like that, you see the side of my face there, it's now green. It's really cool. Like, bringing brand colours.
It's cool.
It's cool. Bringing brand colours.
So why go green? What's your brand colour?
Green.
Oh,
that's a bit red.
Red.
So you bring in the orange colour in.
Let me play.
You can bring the colours of your brand using lights like that in. We're going off on a tangent again.
Okay. Oh. That's because I got a toy out. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't do that. They do all sorts of things, those lights. All flashy. But you rock up with these again, so, something like that as an investment to a company that when you're thinking about just how are you getting your branding out. I know it's a slight different change, but it's keeping on the form of lights, but in relation to that branding side of things, they can be quite an inexpensive prop to have to hand, whereby, I've seen you doing networking calls or I've sat down to do a networking call and you've set my networking area up. Like, in the background, all of a sudden I am lit all like orange and all teal because there are colours. And
it does. It makes it interesting to look at, and that's all you're trying to do whenever you're creating a video, is to make an interesting image and an interesting story, and lighting is a way of doing that.
Sorry, that was a bit really strong juice, and I think I just found the lemon in his orange squash.
To make an image more interesting and more engaging, lighting is a good way of doing that, because you can put lighting creates shape, creates colours, creates interest.
Yeah.
Depending on how you use it, but
it is.
I could really nerd out to lights, and I think we should probably stop there.
Okay, me too. Amazing. Well, I mean, realistically, then episode 2, we've recapped episode 1 and said we thought it was good.
Yeah.
Thanks. We had some lovely. What are you up to? We had some.
No, didn't mean to do that.
We've had some lovely feedback and we really appreciate it. And we've appreciated the questions and stuff that people have sent us as well. So do keep them coming. Like, whatever your questions are, they don't necessarily have to be about video.
If you have a question for
Obviously,
us
if it's about
directly.
accountancy, we're probably not the right people to ask because we don't know.
But yeah.
But we might know the people that do. So.
Or maybe you have a situation where you have a need for video and just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Then, because it's not just about marketing.
Oh no, and I think this is our message we need to get across. Like, people go, we need a video because we want to get our word out there, and you go, yeah, absolutely, and that's the right thing to do. What's your plan with that? What is the message you want to send? But actually,
I need a video. Why do you need a video? Because I've been told that I need a video.
And
okay, how are you going to use this video?
An advertisement is absolutely a reason to have video. And so things like meet the teams, because yes, that's where that personality comes back in that we keep talking about and keep saying to bring in. So yes, absolutely, do the meet the teams and things. But, you know, a big thing that we talk about is how much does it cost to employ somebody? So I'm just going to pick a random round number. It costs £1,000 to employ a new member of your team. And you go through, and that's, you know, onboarding them and getting all their training done and and they join the team and they don't understand it and they're still training and you still go, oh, and because because they haven't understood the role properly and the ethos of the company and the values of the company, they leave.
Yeah, they feel secluded. They can't see themselves in the team because they just feeling like they don't understand.
You know, or similarly in the reverse, actually they don't fit you and you look at them and you think, oh, you haven't picked up on this enough, you know, and those reasons, and they're genuine reasons, but they don't fit. So you do that again and you do it all again, and this person lasts a bit longer but still nothing. And you know, and I've known companies to go sort of 3-4 times and then actually create an onboarding video, a recruitment video, you know, create a video to hire someone. You know, when we plan to hire, it'll be us doing a video like this. Do you want to come and work for us? This is what we're like. This is who we are. Tell you now, that is straight away going to whittle out anyone who's not our mentality, has our fun and excitement and things, because they'll go, oh, I can't work with those two.
More importantly,
Listen to them.
it'll drum up the people who would be excited to work with us.
Yeah.
And that's it. If you get the right recruitment video out there, follow that up with the right training video content, follow that up with the right messaging. That doesn't need to be video, but we would recommend it. But
include that messaging in everything.
Include it and break every aspect of you down. It's like when you do your marketing, you don't just do a video and post it out there and hope to whoever, and hope that it will do what you
want it to. Yeah, it's not.
Post it out there and hope that it will achieve amazing results for you, because that won't. It's not going to happen.
You have to plan it.
You need to plan all your messaging before it, all the little snippets that are going to go with it, the behind the scenes to make people excited about what's coming. And then you need to go with the right wording on the descriptions, the right SEO words for wherever you're posting it, the right, did I say description already?
Yeah.
But
you know, and the thing is, by having things like your training in a video format, people can go back to it. So the example we use is always training on a latte, and you're gonna, you know, there's that element of going, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to do a latte. And then you're going to teach somebody else and you're going to teach someone else. And over time, that message will become diluted. Or there's someone in that chain that hasn't fully understood it. Mm-hmm. And they've asked 2-3 times and now they don't want to ask again because there's just a technique, there's just something, it's just not sticking.
Yeah.
Or they've been taught it and then haven't had to use that skill for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's common.
Yeah.
So,
or they've been taught by person 1, day 1, person 2.
Yeah, person 2, day 2.
And it's all different.
And all different messaging. So having a video that they can watch as many times as they want because it's on an intranet that they can go back to and refresh on and understand it is a great retention opportunity.
It's a great asset for your business as well.
It's what we call an evergreen asset.
Yeah.
It's always there. It just helps you grow. It's that little seedling.
It's always there. It's always telling them the same message
Yeah.
every day. And that's all you want it. What you want your trainer to do is give that same message.
Yeah.
And clearly.
I feel like we've ended up, like we were trying to summarise episode 2.
Episode 2.
Started episode 3.
All right.
So yeah. I've enjoyed our evening, despite our interruptions. Kids, dogs, biscuits. Where are the biscuits gone?
Where's all the
I'm going
rum?
to find them in a minute. I can't remember how we finished the last episode.
We went and had like a coffee or lunch, had to buy milk. That's what that was.
Oh, yeah.
If please do continue supporting us. Do ask us questions if you have any questions. Leave a comment, maybe subscribe and all that jazz that you do.
Tips and tricks as to how to make this better.
Yeah, we'll listen to advice if you've got advice for us.
Absolutely
We're not upset about that. But until then, I'm going to stop